Hi folks, Dallas here with Privateer Press. Today, we're gonna unleash a Death Ripper and lay down some Crix Bane. So let's get started. So we got our little Death Ripper ready to go here. And to paint Crix Bane, we're actually gonna paint Crix Bane highlight first. We're not gonna start with the base color, we're gonna start with the highlight color. And then we're gonna use different shades to shade up and tint that highlight color. And then come back with Crix Bane highlight, and we'll pop out all these little edges and rivets to bring it to life. So let's see what that looks like. So of course we're going to start with Crix Bane highlight. I'm just going to grab a little bit of it on my brush, a little grabby brush here. I don't need much. I'm going to use my work hobby brush. I'm just going to apply this to the panels I want to be Crix Bane. I'm just going to go for a nice quick base coat. First layer felt a little thin. Just take your time and get a nice even base layer. All right, that seems pretty good. So now we got our Crix Bane highlight. It's time to go to Crix Bane base. And this is effectively your first shadow color. So what I'm gonna do is pull some of this out on my palette. Loosen that up just a touch. So what I'm gonna do is use the 2-brush blend to blend the Crix Bane base up the surface of the model, just to where it starts to dissipate near the top. So I want this to cover this whole panel. I want to basically get Crix Bane base on the whole entire panel because I want it to be this color green. And this is just going to be my dark shadow, so it doesn't matter if it looks a little off right now. And this idea is just really a different way to kind of approach your miniatures. And that's what makes that Crix Bane so unique. So the idea here is that I'm using this shading technique of the 2-brush blend to create my base color. But I want it to have a gradation. I want to have a little bit of that Crix Bane highlight in the background. So even though this was the base coat, I'm turning it into the highlight. And as you can see, I'm really not letting much Crix Bane highlight show through. And this doesn't look perfect right now, but that's okay because I'm going to put more paints on here when another shadow step. Up here on this surface, I'm going to go a little thinner. Just thin my paint out. I want to create almost a wash. I'm going to just kind of use my second clean brush to pull that wash across. See how that's tinting that Crix Bane highlight into more of the Crix Bane base. Maybe a little bit further up on this panel. There we go. A little rivet shading. All right, that looks pretty good. Now it's time to start our second shade. For our second shade, we're going to use Coal Black and Umbral Lumber. I'm going to err on the side of brown. Just a little more Umbral Lumber than Coal Black. You still want a little blue, but you want to err on the side of brown. It's nice and dark. So we're going to apply this back down to deep shadow, or the deepest part. We're just going to blend that up. See my little mistake disappeared there? No big deal. Same here. The deepest recesses are the lowest parts of the model. Bring that brown up there and just make sure it's nice and dark. You can always go back over the area a second time if you feel it necessary. Let's make sure these rivets get some nice shading. Just going to put a little half circle right under it. And then use that second brush to kind of blend around it to make the rivet pop. All right, and with that, very quickly, we're ready for our third shade. For our third shade, we're going to use Umbral Lumber and Thamar Black. I definitely want this to be black. And this is going to give it that real dark Crix look. There we go. For this shade, I'll just be adding this in the deepest crevices and along any panel line that I want to accentuate. So I'll start right here. Let's put a little bit right in the furthest down part of the panel. Just bring that up. You get that really dark Crix look. The fun thing is like if your character Jack, like Death Jack or Nightmare, you bring this up further, all these shades up further, and you get that even blacker, that dark carapace. For these little guys, you almost just want that touch, that hint. There we go. Puts that dark, dark, dark brown in those shades. It makes them look really good. All right, this guy is basically ready. And we kind of worked our highlights in there, but I want to give him a little pop. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to grab some of that Crixbane highlight from earlier. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to paint just a little bit edge. I'm going to use the side of my brush here. Maybe just do a little edge on top of a couple rivets. Just make these rivets pop. I'm just barely touching these, just enough to get that little highlight to make them stand out. Just touching them. If you wanted, you could add a little blended highlight. And this isn't necessary. All that's doing is making that edge of that plate just a little more defined. So it looks pretty cool. And just work in anywhere you feel like your highlight got lost, or you feel like it needs more punch. Just go back with that Crixbane highlight and give it a little hit. As you can see, by starting out with your highlight color and just blending up with those shades, you get this rich, deep, creepy effect for your Crix army. We've got a great start to this model, and we have lots to build off of. Join me next time as we bring some Blighted bling to the Blighted Gold. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more videos, and check out the links below for more in this series and additional information on the P3 hobby line. Yes, because this is like, guys, back me, and nobody's just like, pfft. I'm sorry, are you ready to be productive?
Yes and no.
He was grumpy this morning. Let's get it started.